Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 71 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film, answering many of the burning questions from The Force Awakens that were not answered in The Last Jedi that will now be answered in Episode 9 by JJ, and exactly what they want to do in order to use those answers to those questions as a way to benefit the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, and how it's truly going to evolve the characters from start to finish of the plot of the film. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for Rey's father in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is said to be traveling on her personal speeder, where she is said to be heading toward a large structure built into a canyon on an unknown world. It's explained that this is the home of Rey's father and also served as his hideout. One of the sequences is said to involve Rey traveling down a spiral staircase that leads to a basement full of relics such as Sith and Jedi relics and secrets surrounding the Jedi and the Sith, as well as Palpatine, where it's explained that Rey is said to discover a hologram of her father in which she plays. It's explained that her father appears to be in Jedi robes, where he is said to be actually in Jedi robes with a lightsaber hilt on his side, where he is actually said to reveal that there were failed clones of Palpatine underneath the surface of Jakku that were destroyed by Luke Skywalker during the Battle of Jakku that took place 1 year after the Battle of Endor, and that Palpatine is finding another way to become strong and youthful again. Now, additionally, it's said that Rey's father reveals in the hologram that he is connected to Palpatine and has had mental connections with him before in the past from the unknown regions. It's said that Rey's father reveals that Palpatine is looking to kill him and his wife for knowing the truth of Palpatine's sinister plan, and that he is creating devastating weapons called the Annihilators. Rey's father's name is said to go by the name of Yan, and that he is said to be powerful through the ways of the Force, where in the lab, Rey is said to come across Yan's lightsaber that is said to be midway finished, where it's said to be two halves of a hilt with a blue kyber crystal set in the middle on a stand. Yan in the hologram is said to have long hair like Qui-Gon Jinn and a beard, and appears very Jedi-like. However, it's said that he has a dark past and background due to his connections. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, that's by far the biggest mystery of the sequel trilogy. I will agree, everything related to Rey's parents, specifically, of course, Rey's father and mother, and how exactly they are going to be pretty much organized in this movie, and how they're going to be explained in The Rise of Skywalker by JJ, right? So JJ actually confirmed over at both D23 and Star Wars Celebration that there is a lot more to Rey's parents and their story to be told in Episode 9 that's going to have a dramatic effect on the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, and exactly how they're actually going to move forward, through their paths to the light and the dark. Now, I want to go over Rey's father here. Now, Yan, it's actually spelled Y-A-H-N, very interesting name. It actually does sound like a Jedi if you think about it, but Yan, what's really interesting about this, though, is that he actually reveals in the hologram that Palpatine had failed clones of himself underneath the surface of Jakku. And this is a nice little callback to, of course, Star Wars Legends throughout the Dark Empire comic line, where we had Palpatine cloning himself, where Luke Skywalker destroyed all the clones. So Rey's father is said to unveil that, and that now Palpatine is finding a more efficient way to become stronger and pretty much live on forever and to become youthful once again. And that Palpatine is looking to kill him and his wife, so Rey's father and mother, for knowing the truth about Palpatine. Now, we do know that a lot of leaks that we went over, of course, indicate that Rey is indeed the granddaughter of Palpatine himself, hence her parents being, of course, one of which being a descendant of Palpatine. And what's really interesting about that is that they really are trying their very best in order to really make this film center on the concept of family. We have everything related with Kylo Ren, Han, and Leia, and then, of course, now we have Rey and her parents and Palpatine. So, the other piece that I do want to go over here about Yan as a character is that he's actually set to unveil that, of course, in the unknown regions, Palpatine has been mentally, connecting himself with Rey's father, Yan, of course, where there is even a moment in which Rey is said to come across Jan's lightsaber. Now, it's incomplete, it does not work, it's said to be in multiple different pieces with a kyber crystal in the middle, and this could very well explain, perhaps, as to exactly how Rey is able to develop the Skywalker lightsaber into a new design and putting it back together into one piece. Very possible. So, this movie does have a lot going for it, and a lot of fans are just very excited to see Rey's father and mother in the forms of visions and flashbacks and holograms, you name it. So, anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.